Hey guys, welcome back. So I've got another holiday set review for you today. Today is going to be on the Tarte Light of the Party set. So we're going to look at all the normal things we do. We'll look at the packaging, we'll talk about pricing, we'll look at some swatches, and then I'll just give you my overall thoughts and impressions on this set. So let's jump into it. Okay, so the price of this set is $59, and on the Sephora website, it says it's a $394 value. So that's amazing. That's a really good value. And then it also says Sephora exclusive. So I assume it's going to stay a Sephora exclusive. If not, if I can find other retailers, I'll list them down below for you. But as of right now, it says Sephora exclusive, and this is a limited edition set. And what you get in the set is 30 eyeshadows that are 0.7 grams each, a bronzer that's 5.6 grams, a blush that's 5.6 grams, a highlighter that's 4.4 grams, and a mascara that is 4 milliliters or 0.13 fluid ounces. So you get a lot of stuff in this set. As far as the packaging goes, this is what the outside box looks like. Really cool, just kind of like a geometric-y sort of a pattern. And then you can read all your ingredients back there. And of course it's Tarte, so it's formulated without all the junky stuff like parabens, mineral oil, phthalates, triclosan, blah, 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 blah. All the bad stuff that you don't want in your makeup, Tarte doesn't put that in there, so that's really nice. So the outside box is really cute, really pretty. And then the actual palette, these have all looked different. Like other people's reviews and Instagram posts and things, it seems like it looks different on each palette, so, or each box thingy. What do you call this? Whatever this is, they all seem to look a little bit different, kind of the layout of them, but the color scheme is the same. Honestly, it's not my favorite color scheme. It kind of looks a little bit fall, Halloween-y or something to me. I wish that the orange was maybe like pink or purple or even red or something. I don't know. I mean, it's not bad, but I would maybe have changed out that color. So anyway, this is what it looks like on the front. It's got the kind of like sequined-y look, and then the back is just kind of golden. And then it zips and unzips, so you can zip it closed or unzip it. And then you open it up. It's got these little guys that are protecting your shadows, which is nice. I would recommend keeping those in there. And this is what your palette looks like. It's going to go crazy with the light because this is very reflective. But anyway, you've got all your shadows down here. You've got your mascara. You've got a brush there. And then this is like a little kind of a travel-y type palette. So let me show you that. So inside of here, you've got your bronzer, your blush, your highlighter, 6 eyeshadows. So, I mean, this is perfect for traveling because you've got pretty much everything you need in here. And it's just really nice and compact, but still sturdy. So it feels like it's gonna hold up in travel. So I really like that they did a little like separate palette within the set that's perfect for traveling because a lot of times around the holidays you are traveling, so this is really cute. So this little guy is held in there with a couple of pieces of tape. So I removed one side just so I could get it out of there, but then I kept the other side attached just to kind of keep it secure because this whole set purchase was inspired by my friend April from Wanna Makeup. Her review video made me totally want this set and end up getting it, which I'm thankful for because I'm really liking it. But she mentioned that in her video, that this will fall out if you don't keep it attached somehow. So I kept a little piece of tape on that side. But there is a really nice mirror behind here. So just know that I don't want to blind you by showing you, but there is a really nice mirror back there. And then as far as like what you get in this palette, so both in here and up in the little kind of separate travel palette, it's definitely a very neutral set. This is not like an Urban Decay Vice palette. It's not neutrals mixed with really bright colors. It is a neutral palette. So this would be a beautiful everyday palette, a really nice bridal palette. It's just, you know, a great staple palette to have in your collection. But if you are into super bright, colorful looks, this is probably not the palette for you. But if you are more of a neutral girl, I think you'll really like the collection of colors in here. So let's get to some swatches. Okay, so we're gonna start with a little separate travel palette. So this is the bronzer. This is Social Butterfly. It's a nice kind of satin, warm-toned bronzer, but I've worn this a couple of times and I don't feel like it's too warm-toned. I'm wearing it on my skin today. I feel like it still works. It blends nicely, so I really like that bronzer. This is Amaze. It's a really nice kind of satin peachy pink color. So it's one of those shades that's gonna look good on multiple skin tones, go with a lot of different eye looks. It's just a really nice, versatile, everyday blush color. This is the highlighter. This is Pink Champagne, and it's pretty much a pink champagne. I mean, they hit the nail on the head with that name. It totally matches. It's a pink champagne. This is the middle row of the palette. This is Popcorn Strand, Dancer and Prancer, You'll Be Surprised. This is the third row, or the right side of the palette. This is Wrapped Up, Shining Star, and Mulberry and Bright. So all adorable names. They all swatch really nicely. I do want to note there are several of these kind of light taupey colors in this set, and for some reason this is across any company, any palette. Those kind of light taupey colors just don't show up super well on my skin tone for some reason, so I just want to note that because it's not the shadows, it's just those colors don't tend to show up on me for some reason, but really cute little travel palette. And now we're going to look at the big palette part of the set. Okay, so this is the top row. This is going to be funny because you're probably not going to be able to see most all of these on my skin tone because they're really just really close to my skin tone color. Okay, so this one right here is Sugar Cookie. This is the top left side of the palette. Sugar Cookie. This one is In a Flurry. That one shows up. This is Fizz the Season. That's super cute. It's Snow Time, Eggnog, and What a Wonderful Pearl. So honestly, I'm not unhappy with this top row because I love brow bone highlights and I love matte brow bone highlights, and there's several options on this top row, but then there are a couple of like light kind of shimmery lid colors. This one's really the one that shows up the most on me, but for deeper skin tones, these colors would show up a lot more, and they all have a really nice texture to them. This is the second row of the palette, so we're going to start with the left side. This is Miracle of Light, Rum Plum Plum. Love that color, a really nice matte, kind of like plummy color, perfect for your crease. This is Tartellini, that's super cute. That is Baby It's Gold Outside. This one is super metallic, really beautiful. This one is Peach on Earth. This is really the only warm tone transition color. I wish there was one other shade, maybe even two more kind of like colors close to this because I love these kind of shades and I use them a lot. So I have a feeling I'm going to run out of this one before any of the other ones in the palette. And then this one is Come What Gray. That's one of those kind of taupey colors that doesn't show up a ton on my skin tone, but you can see these are all pretty subtle in this row. These are going to be like transition colors or, you know, metallic-y lid shades, but these up here are kind of more on the subtle side, which is good for your crease. You want it to be subtle as you're blending up other colors. And now we're going to get into my two favorite rows of the palette because these show up more on my skin tone and they pack more of a punch. This one is Under the Mistletoe, Ring-a-Ling, Holy Mackerel. That one might have to be my favorite in the whole palette. Love that. Oh my gosh. Yes. This one is Fireside Chat. I love this one too. I'm wearing this on kind of my outer corner. It's so pretty. Kind of like a coppery sort of a shade, like a copper burgundy. Ooh, it's so good. This one is Party Favored, Gingerbread Mansion. I'm also wearing this in my outer corner. This is Chrome for the Holidays. These names are so stinking cute. I love them. So anyway, these are all just beautiful shades. I love this row so much. And then the last row of the palette, this one is Sleigh Watch. This is Mulled Wine, Cocoa What Fun. That one is Black Velvet, Hope Chocolate, and Midnight Kiss. All really, really pretty. They all blended nicely, applied nicely. This is a beautiful row. And I want to show you some comparable shades between some shadows in this set and the Tarte Lit palette. So if you have the Tarte Lit and you were kind of wondering how it compares, I tried to look through and find some. So I did find some that I want to show you. So this one right here is, these down here are all the Tarte Lit, and up here are all the Light of the Party set. So this one is Free Spirit from the Tarte Lit. This one is Eggnog from the holiday set. So you can see they're not exact, but not at all. They're actually not exact at all. This one is much more yellow. This one is much more pinky. But again, it's that kind of situation where there are some that are, you know, similar, but they're really not all that close. This one is Multitasker from the Tarte Lit, and this one is Haute Chocolate from the holiday set. This one over here is Caregiver from the Tarte Lit. And this one is Wrapped Up from the holiday set. So there are some comparable shades for you. I have a couple more too. And then this one is Supermom from the Tarte Lip Palette. And this is Popcorn Strand from the Holiday Set. This is Fashionista from the Tarte Lip Palette. And this one really did not swatch very well right there for some reason. But that is Black Velvet from the Holiday Set. So I think that these comparable swatches really kind of demonstrates that while I do think the texture on these shadows is really nice, I don't feel like it's quite as amazing as in the Tarte Lip Palette. But, you know, the Tarte Lip Palette is around $40 or something, 35 to 40, somewhere in there, you know, for what, 12 shadows? And in this palette, you're getting a lot more shadows, a lot more variety, but the texture doesn't seem to be quite as amazing as in the Tarte Lip. So yeah, I still think the texture on these is really good. I've worn them on my eyes multiple times and they blend really well. They're pigmented, they apply nicely, they wear really well throughout the day. They stick around on my eyes. I don't notice them like fading away or anything like that. So I still think the texture is really good, but just not quite as good as the Tarte Lip palette. I mean, the Tarte Lip is like such perfect texture. It is like hard to beat that palette as far as the texture of those shadows goes. So I don't think these are quite the same caliber as that one, but you are getting a lot more variety and a lot more shadows in this palette. So my overall review on this palette is that I really like it. Not as much as the Too Faced Le Grand Chateau. That's my favorite so far. Just the presentation and those shadows, I just love that set so much. So that's my favorite holiday set so far that I've tried out, but I still think this is a great one. I think it's really cute in its presentation. You get a ton of product in this set, so it's a really good value. The shadows do perform nicely. As far as like the color selection, I think it's just going to depend on your skin tone and how these colors will show up on your particular skin tone. So, you know, you saw for me, the darker shades showed up better because there's just more contrast, whereas the lighter colors are very close to my skin tone, so there's not as much contrast and they don't show up as much. So I think it's going to kind of depend on what your skin tone is and how these will show up on you. But I still think it's a really great set, really cute, performs nicely. I think it's a good one. All right, guys, that's my overall review on the Tarte Light of the Party set. So I hope that you really enjoyed this video and hope it was helpful for you. Please give it a thumbs up if it was, and let me know down below what you are thinking about this set. Are you eyeing it, or have you already picked it up? If so, what are some of your favorite shadows in this set or favorite combinations? I just love hearing your thoughts and opinions. Ask me any questions that you have. I'm happy to answer those. Please subscribe to my channel if you're not already, and I'll see you in my next video.